Constructing formulae. So 2x plus 3 equals 13 is an equation. It's only true when x equals 5. However, something like v equals u plus at is a formula because it describes a relationship between variables, which is true for all values of those variables. V equals u plus at is a well-known formula for calculating the final velocity of an object when its initial velocity, u, acceleration, a, and time taken, t, are known. So the difference between a formula and formula is just the plural of formula. Difference is if we have an equation, it only has one answer. A formula, we can plug different information into it. So using the formula v equals u plus at, calculate the final velocity, v, of a car in meters per second if it started from rest and accelerated at a constant rate of 2 meters a second squared. Okay, so let's look here. We have v equals u plus at. So let's make sure we can put this all together. V, well, we want to find v, calculate final velocity. So we don't know what v is. Okay, do we know our u, our initial velocity? Well, it started at rest. Okay, so if it started at rest, if it's not moving, so our initial velocity is 0. Then, our acceleration is 2 meters a second squared times 10. Okay, because 2 meters a second squared is acceleration, time taken is 10 seconds, and we can solve it from here. So v equals 0 plus 2 times 10 is 20, so 0 plus 20. So v equals 20. And what is 20? Well, 20 is our final velocity. And velocity is just speed, so just 20 meters per second. Okay, using the formula v equals uat above, calculate the time it took for the car to reach a velocity of 30 meters a second. So calculate the time. If we're going to be asked to calculate something that's not already on its own, we should move it to be the subject of the formula. So v equals u plus at, and let's rewrite that. V equals u plus at, okay, and we want to just get this t on its own, so I'm going to minus u. I can't do anything there, so I'm going to end up with v minus u equals a t. I just want t, so I'm going to divide by a. And so I'm going to, now my new formula is going to, for time, is going to be my velocity, right, minus my initial velocity equals my acceleration. So using what we have here, okay, let's plug it in. So my time, I don't know my time, but my velocity is 30. My initial velocity is 0, or my initial velocity is 0. And then my acceleration, we're going to use what we had from before, 2. So t equals 30 minus 0 over 2. So t equals 30 over 2. T equals 15.5, and we're in seconds. It is also important to be able to construct a formula from the information given. So example C, go ahead and try this one on your own and come back. Let T be the temperature in C degrees at the base of a mountain. It is known that the temperature falls by 1 degree for each 200 meters climbed. So we have let's read it one more time. Let T be the temperature in C degrees at the base of a mountain. It is known that the temperature falls by 1 degree each 200 meters that we climb. So every 200 meters we go up, 200 meters up, we go down 1 degree Celsius. Write a formula linking the temperature T at any point on the mountain to the height m climbed and the base temperature T. Okay, so our temperature, okay, is going to be equal, well, to our base temperature minus our height. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't quite make sense. But what about this 200? Well, it's going to be our height divided by 200. Because it's not just our height, it's every 200 our height goes up. Then we're going to go down 1. So our temperature equals our base temperature minus our height divided by 200. Okay, now let's put that to use. Calculate the temperature on the mountain at a height of 4,000 meters if the base temperature is 25. So we're looking for our temperature. Our base temperature is 25. Okay, and our height is 4,000. And we want to divide that by 200. Okay, from here, just basic algebra. So T equals 4,000 divided by 200. It's going to be 220. So my temperature is going to be 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, part 3, at what height does the temperature become 0 degrees? Well, we're looking for at what height, so we want to make h the subject. So let's take our base one here. Okay, and let's make h our subject. We have a couple ways we could do it. So how I'm going to do it is I'm going to minus t from both sides. Then I'm going to get what I'll end up with our small t minus our big T equals negative h divided by 200. So I'm going to multiply. I have a negative here. I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to multiply both of these by negative 200. And what I'm going to end up with is negative 200 small t minus big T equals h. Okay, from here, we know our base temperature is 25. Okay, and we know our new temperature is 0. So negative 200 times 0 minus 25 equals h. So I'm going to have negative 200 times negative 25 equals h. And so positive 5,000 is our height. So at 5,000 meters, our temperature equals 0 degrees.